pressure. Stafford, there's Puka Nacua, and there's the first down, and he spins free. Nacua down the sideline, trying to find that extra gear. The rookie takes it inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Rams.
What is up, my Ramilia? The Los Angeles Rams are playoff bound. Who knew? We knew. God bless the Pittsburgh Steelers. They did us a solid. We gave them a game. The refs gave them a game with that spot. And they took out the Seahawks because Geno is Geno. I didn't even see the game. I was out and I saw playoffs. I was keeping an eye on the game. And me and Stockton were going back and forth. And yes, indeed, baby, the playoffs are here. The Rams. Let's refresh ourselves on what they were saying. Right? Let's refresh ourselves on what they were saying. Let's see here. Where are you at, my guy? Where are you at?
At that point, right? A new coach comes in, and what's he going to do? He's going to bring his own guys with him. So McVay's trying to be a good guy. He's telling all of his assistants, I'm not coming back. Go get yours. Take care of yourself. And I've been saying that since September.
You have.
And this would be the last year for him in the Rams. I don't blame him. No draft picks, aging quarterback, aging defense, cap problems, and they're a train wreck for the next 3 to 5 years.
That's how you finish the game. No doubt. Welcome to They stand what? They stand what?
Shut up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think, like The Rock says. The Rock says this. The Rock says that the Rams are going to read 2 on the fly. The Rock says that the Rams are going to drafted gems. The Rock says that the Rams aren't done yet. We got it, baby. We're in the playoffs, and we're looking good, baby. Now we can sit our starters, play the Santa Clara Crew, and we can get Carson Wentz some reps against the Santa Clara Crew. Might as well beat them. And then we take care of business in the playoffs, and maybe we get another NFC Championship run versus that Santa Clara Crew. I love it. Let's get right into the chat. Let me give you guys the stream for Happy New Year's, everybody. It's a hell of God bless our team. They always come through for us. Well, mostly. Let me give you the call-in phone number. You don't have to use your your camera. If you're doing it by phone or computer, you can just select no camera, and you'll be just your avatar, your voice on here. Okay, so let me put that in there if you guys want to call in. Let's get right into it. MK Sports, finally we're back in. Finally, the Rams return to the playoffs. Yes, indeed. Daniel Berry says Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, yo, yes, indeed. Let's go. Love it, love it, love it. Shock 42 says playoffs. Did you say playoffs? Let's go, Rudy. Yes, indeed, baby. Yeah, did you say playoffs? AMS, does anybody know if we clinch the 6th seed or the 7th seed? I think we're in the 6th seed. That's what I'm saying, because we already had the 6th seed. So I think because the Packers, it's a little complicated. I haven't heard anybody, but we're in. I believe it's a 6th seed because the Packers have the tiebreaker against us. So, but I believe it's a 6th seed. If you guys have anything more information on that, let me know. Great question. Where says LA, baby? Yes, indeed. It was a great New Year. Tribe says, Ramilia, Chase Blackburn has to be replaced ASAP. He's been a disaster all year. You know what? I'm just glad, our kicker has to go. There's things that need to be done and replaced, but I'm just happy with the Rams winning. Right now. I got my reading glasses on. My glasses are in the car. Yes, indeed, baby. But let's just try. God bless you, baby. We're in the playoffs. We'll just focus on that. But yeah, I know you're happy too, like me, man. Stocker says, feels good, man. We back. No Daniels for McVay and company. Yes, indeed. If you get a chance, come in here, Stockton, so we can talk about it. There's the link in the chat for the link in the chat to call in. If you guys want to call in, you don't have to do your camera. Let's see. Miss 7718. Yes, we proved everyone wrong. LFG. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed, Miss 7718. We did it. They said we couldn't do it, and they were wrong. Race, I think we're not done yet. I think we ain't done yet either, baby. Yes, indeed. I love it. Me very, very, very happy. Me very, 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 baby. Wild card, team run, baby. Yes, indeed. Team run, baby. Appreciate it. Gabriel, how you doing, brother? LFG, yes, indeed. William, yeah, baby. Stockton, Rudy, the Rams are 100% chance to make the playoffs. Suck on that, NFL media. What's cool, too, is we're not division winners, but we clinched. So we can have our Stafford got a little banged up. Cooper Kupp tweaked his ankle, I think, a little bit, too. And we can rest our guys. So, Stafford laid an egg. We still won. We found a way to crawl and clinch and scrap and we got some calls followed by the refs. That's always nice. That comes in handy. And the other side, you got to make plays. They kept dropping balls. Tyrod Taylor, I knew he was going to be a pain in the butt if we let him hang around. He's mobile. He's a veteran quarterback. He knows how to change plays at the line of scrimmage. He's got a pretty good deep ball. He's a real backup, not unlike Brett Rippon that we had earlier. So we got that X next to us now. Clinch, baby. Yes, indeed. Imagine that. And there's the link, you guys. If you guys want to come in here real quick, Stockton, if you can, if you're available, come in so we can talk about it real quick. Me Betty says, so does that playoff road what does that playoff road look like? Detroit, then who? That's a good question. You know what? That's a good question. Let me see if anybody's posting that. I just came in here because I saw that the Steelers lost. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. Let's see. William says the kicker cab is ready. Man, I tell you. Mariska Hargitay, our kicker needs to go. Ben Bats playoffs. Yes, indeed. Hammer Time 0131 says, I was so worried that karma was going to bite us in the ass when Crosby came in. Man, I was like, no, are you serious? Yeah, great comment. When Crosby came in for that field goal, there's a reason why we let him go. Horns up. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I was doing, remember I told you, one of the things we do when an opponent lines up for the field goal kicker is we give him the Chaka Khan. So I was like, Chaka Khan. I tweeted out, Mason Crosby, Chaka Khan. We just say that because that's like a hex that we try to do, and sometimes it works, and it worked for us. So I'll take a little credit for it. There's there's the link if you guys want to come in. William says that guy should be ashamed of himself. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. Tyrone has a great comment. For all them people say that tanking sucks for them. For all them people say that we are tanking sucks for them. Yes, indeed. They were talking about we're going to be in the Khalib sweepstakes. That Aaron Donald after the 5th game is going to want out. Sean McVay is not going to stay the whole year. Cooper Kupp's going to be traded. Yes, indeed. AMS says, what happened to A. Jackson? I haven't heard any information on that. Jock42 says, Rams strong, baby, 100%. Yes, indeed. AMS says, next we need the Seahawks to be done. They're done. They're done. They lost to the Steelers. The Steelers beat them. Alex G says, vamos Rams, vamos a los playoffs. Love it. Omar says, Rams legend Mason Bing Crosby. Jock42 says, the cardiac kids. Yeah, man, they were, man. when Mason Bing Crosby was lining up for this kick right here, I mean, I was like, are you kidding me? I even told Stockton, are you kidding me? Hold on, where's he at?
Good snap, good hold. Crosby's kick is no good.
God bless you, Mason. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, indeed. And that this is what it put me. This is what it put me into too. This vibe right here.
No doubt. Welcome to the... They said what? They said what?
Yes, indeed, baby. I love it. I love it, man. The team is amazing, man. It's been a crazy ride. Omar says, not gonna lie, I thought Crosby was gonna drill that. Me too. Imagine getting cut, right? And then you have a shot to beat the team that just cut you. Woo! Woo! As Ric Flair would say. MS's battle. MS's battle of the lame foot kickers. And then you notice that Sean McVay didn't go for a field goal, and we end up having horrible play calling in that drive, and we were like, "Oh man, are you serious?" I don't mind us going for it, but on the first drive, but we turned the ball over, and that's crazy. We four on downs. Miss 7718 says, "I'm too hyped. I'm so proud of this team." Me too. Thank you. That's a great comment, Miss 7718. They gave us a happy new year. God bless them. They gave us a happy Christmas. I mean, we got all the presents we wanted. We got a playoff win. McVay is now going to be talked about, maybe win his second Coach of the Year award. We're poised and ready. Stafford in a win where Stafford was not sharp, and we still pulled it out. Now he can get some rest. We can start Carson Wentz next week, rest our guys, and we're ready to roll, baby. It's almost like we have like we're the division champs because we get a week off. So yes, indeed, I love it. Now we got to play an extra game though. That's where it's different. But I don't mind a week off, and I don't mind clinching early. If you were to tell people this retooling Rams after all those contracts that you got rid of, right? All these unnames, young guys. If you were to say, "Hey, listen, don't worry about nothing. By the end of the 16th game, the Rams will have clinched the playoffs," they would look at you like, I'll take it. I'll take it. Vendal says, "I died when he kicked that ball." Yes, indeed, man. Michael says, "Hey, Ramilia, let's go Rams." Yes, indeed. I love it. Willie Bowen says, "Hey, Rudy, the Los Angeles Rams need to put their opponents out of their misery when LA has a big lead." Yes, man. That secondary, let me tell you. Now, at times we played good enough because the D-line was in there. Kobe Durant was doing his thing. We're going to get reports on Bobby Brown III, my prerogative. Hopefully he's okay. He went out with a knee. I'm worried about that, but we got the win. Hopefully he'll be okay. And we got away with some horrible defense. Defensive. I mean, they're trying to throw. They didn't even start. They stopped running. Tyrod Taylor was their running back. Whenever there was nobody open, he just ran, which was smart. I'm surprised he didn't do that earlier because he's tough when he does that. But we won. That's all. You don't need to apologize for a win, and we're in the playoffs. We finally got a break. Look what happens when you get a break, right? With the other team messing up, and the refs actually give us a couple of calls, that the holding calls against them holding our D-line, because our D-line was fierce, baby. I know that one time they had 5 sacks. They might have had 6 or 7 sacks. I'm not sure what the final total was. Amazing defensive line play. SoCal says Rams are in and the Raiders are out. Such a good day. I forgot about that. Yes, indeed. I love it. I love it. AMS says we should rest our players next week. Yep, that's the plan. That's the plan. That is the plan. 49er Brian, props to you, man. I don't time nobody out, 49er Brian. If you got timed out, it's because my moderator's timed you out, but we try not to time anybody out, man. You're able to say stuff in here. We go back and forth, but we got to keep it civil. I don't want any horrible stuff in here, but props to your Niners winning the division, man. But we get a week off, and you know for a fact too, Brian, that you didn't picture us being in the playoffs. Nathan Clemens says, "Who's the Brian dude?" He's a Niner fan. God bless him for coming in here. We're in the playoffs, baby. Willie Bowen says, "Shout out one." Since the 90s. I love it. I love it. But props to you, Brian. We just go back and forth, man. No personal attacks, guys. Let's just have fun, and it's all about teams. Nathan's too much. Willie Bowen says, "I don't know, Nathan. He's a." I'm sorry, Willie Bowen. Michael says Tutu did some blocking. Yeah, I saw that. Tutu Atwell. They're like, Nah, Demarcus Robinson got it, Tutu, but we need you in here to block. Big giant Tutu Atwell. Yoked Tutu Atwell. Yeah, Tutu did some blocking today. Got to get him some touches too. Yeah, we were missing the deep long ball from Tutu, but yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. My guy Cameron Brown. How you doing, Cameron? Cameron, if you have a chance, come in the camera, baby. Come in. I got the link right here. If you guys want to talk, I'm going to be on here for a few more minutes. Come in here. I just wanted to pop in. Appreciate you guys for keeping an eye on the alerts. Appreciate you, my guy Cameron Brown. Props to your Niners, baby. And thank you for your service again, my guy Cameron Brown. He's a Niner fan, but he's also a service member. So he's a friend of the Romelia Sports Report. Oscar Vargas says, "Let's go Rams!" Yes, indeed. Yeah, guys. As long as we here we go. As long as we keep it civil, we'll be all good here. Yep, that's exactly right. Yep. 319 says Santa Clara Chokers in the house. Midv Gaming says ugly win, but still a win regardless. I'll take it. Yeah, you listen, it's gonna be ugly. This young team, we're trying to find our way. Kobe Durant's not playing like we thought he was, and we like I said earlier in the earlier stream, we're like a Tesla, brand new Tesla, state of the art Tesla. Even if you guys don't like a Tesla or whatever, but they built us without locks. We're not a finished product. We need secondary help. We need a more depth in the O-line, but we need special teams. We need a kicker. So we're not all the way there yet. So it can be frustrating, but it's been a great ride for this young team. Let me get my guy Stockton in here. If you guys want to come in the chat to talk, you don't have to be on camera. You can put without camera. Let me put the stream for you, the link for you guys. Here we go. How you doing, Stockton? Talk to me, baby.
Playoff bound, bitches.
Yes,
Damn.
indeed.
Feels
Yes,
good, man,
indeed.
to finally get that X next to our name. Clinch spot, baby.
I love it.
Man, what a sweat job today, though, bro. Fuck.
Did you watch this? You said you had the red zone. Did you watch the Seahawks game? What did Gino do? What did he do? Did he blow it or was somebody else?
I mean, he played okay. I was kind of falling asleep here and there throughout the game because I was so mentally drained from that Ram game. But
yeah,
I fell asleep. It was like a tie game. I woke up and Pittsburgh had a 10-point lead. I was like, what the fuck? So and then they got a late field goal, so they won by 7. But to be honest, I don't know exactly like what went down, like how they ended up giving up the lead or anything.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of back and forth. It was a high scoring game. I think it was. What was the final? I think it was like 34-27 or something like that.
Yeah. I'll take it, man. You listen. Matthew Stafford played all those great stats, the 15 touchdowns and the 1 interception, and and right when we need a great game by everybody, Demarcus Robinson fumbles.
I mean, we did everything we could to lose that game, man. A punt return, 2 picks, a fumble, a missed field goal, and 2 missed extra points. Was it?
Yeah.
No, or a missed extra point and a missed field goal, something like that.
Yeah.
It was I forget how many that idiot missed.
He missed 2 extra points. They missed Mason Bing Crosby has missed one, and but listen, we finally got some breaks on the referees calling holding.
Yeah, we were due. We were due for some luck.
We were due, and then the other team messed up instead of us. Yeah, they were dropping balls they should have caught. I feel bad for Tyrod as a person, but I don't feel bad that we won. We don't have to, we don't have to apologize for a win. But we deserve a damn break, man. I mean, whenever you have the referees end a game against the Steelers without with a horrible spot and not even fix that.
Yeah, the Steelers repaid us today, man. They repaid us.
Yes, God bless them. God bless them.
They said we owe these guys a fucking win. Here you go.
Yes, and so I mean, I'm just happy, man. If I would have told you, and we're big Ram fans, and we had optimistic things this year. If I would have told you, hey, don't worry about anything, by the 16th game, not even the 17th game, we're going to clinch the playoffs. We're going to be second in the NFC. And what would you have said?
I would have been, remember, I was towards the middle of the year. I was already talking to you about me wanting them to lose the rest of their games for a better draft. when we were like, what? We were like 3-7 or 3-6.
Yeah.
And I was
And
like,
what,
man, I don't want to end up like 7-9, miss the playoffs, and have a worst
yeah,
case.
that's what I was worried about too.
Yeah,
You were saying that, yeah, because if you get close, you're like, might as well go all the way. But I got to give a tip of the cap. And listen, McVay and Snead, I'm not going to make no qualms about it. They effed up leaving Brett Rippon as the damn backup quarterback. If we could have got Wentz earlier or anybody else that's a NFL quarterback, we could have won that game. And I know I'm being greedy now, but we could have 10 wins. We would have clinched the last Saints game.
I
We
mean,
would
we're
this.
in now, and it's all in front of us, bro. Like
I mean,
everything's in front of us now. So
how many games did the
this
Super
could
Bowl
be
team
this
win?
could be the team of destiny, man. The way that things are playing out,
Do
it's
you
like
remember how many? What was our record in 2021 when we went to Super Bowl? We were like 12-4 or something. Well,
I know we had that. I know we had that 3-game losing streak in November.
yeah.
I
I
think we
mean,
were because there was only 16. Was there 16 or 17
yeah,
games?
16. 16.
So I think we were 11-5. I believe that was our record.
That's crazy that we could have almost the same record had we had a couple of breaks.
I know,
With
man.
these guys.
And look at Philadelphia; they lose at home to Arizona. I mean, it's wide open. It has never
Yeah,
been this wide
let,
open.
let me get my guy Cameron on here too, Stockton.
All
And
right.
props to he's a Niner fan, but he's a friend of the show because
Shit, he's gonna smell
yeah,
up the studio.
no, no, he's a good guy. We salute him. He's a military service member. God bless him. He's a friend of the show. Let me get my guy in here. How you doing, Cameron?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
But,
Congratulations on a great win, man. You guys are NFC West champions, baby.
NFC West champions, number 1 seed, and wow.
In other words, you guys are at your ceiling.
That's right. I mean, right now, I actually had the 49ers going 12-5 for the season. So
I gotta admit, Cameron, Brock Purdy has surprised me. I don't know if he's going to be the difference to help you guys get over the top, but you guys are so talented. But I saw some he's looked like baby Fran Tarkenton out there, and that's who we thought John Wolford was going to be. He's going to move around and hit guys open. So you got to give him his props. But really, you're really good because you're a Niner fan, but you're down to earth. You keep it real.
Thank you.
He's not like a Ronbo.
Oh God, no! Please, no! I don't want that in any type of Google search.
But yeah, man. I mean, listen, if you guys won, you'd be one of the guys. Like I said, and rest in peace, Corey Davis. YouTuber friend of mine from YouTube. He passed away. He was a big Niner fan, and I said I would be pissed off that you guys win the Super Bowl, and but I would be happy for some guys, and you'd be one of the guys that I'd be happy for. But yeah, so tell me, you're on here today. Tell me what you see in this Ram team, man, that surprises you.
And were you afraid to get the Rams in the tournament?
Yes.
To be honest.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I absolutely am still. Look, we've got to give Coach McVay and the rest of the coaching staff, right? Like, I think there's people who get too much credit, too much blame.
Yeah.
If Stafford does well, if Brock Purdy does well, right? Like all of a sudden it can be put all in the quarterback, or it can be, but there's not a lot of wiggle room in between that. But there is like a coach on your guys' team that I really just want to give a tremendous shout out, because I think this guy he's an Olympian god as far as I'm concerned. Would that be your offensive line coach, Ryan Wendell?
Ryan Wendell, man. Earlier, quick.
Look at the work that he did with not only the young kid Avila, but Dotson from Pittsburgh. Took him off the scrap heap and made him one of the best guards in the league, pretty much.
And see, guys, this is what I talk about. Cameron, he knows his stuff. He's a very articulate too. But
hey, Cameron, just so we know, because I want to get something clear, because as far as I know, did the Rams clinch the 6th seed, or are we still dependent on what happens with Minnesota and Green Bay that determines the 6th and 7th seeds? Because I'm hoping that the Rams don't have to play their starters next week, but they might end up doing it if they're still trying to hold on to that 6th seed rather than dropping down to the 7th.
I mean, I thought that you guys made it.
Because I know we clinched the spot, but I don't know if we clinched the 6th or if we're still in jeopardy of dropping down a notch to the 7th seed. Because I know that Green Bay has a tiebreaker against us. So if they win the next 2, they're going to have the same record as us.
I mean, I would say this. It doesn't matter. Really, I think in the playoffs, the seeds that matter, right, are going to be like your first and second seed.
Yeah, because they get a home game, and
anything other than that. So to first answer your question.
So it's just going to decipher whether we play Detroit or we play Philadelphia, pretty much.
Yeah,
I'll get you in here, Eric Wallace, in a second.
Detroit and Dallas, pretty much. Because didn't Philadelphia drop all the way down to the 5th seed?
I can't believe that loss. It, like everything that I wanted to pretty much happen over the last 7 days, minus 49ers losing to the Ravens, pretty much happened within like the span of a week.
Philadelphia is terrible, though. You guys would boat race Philadelphia. I wouldn't even worry about them. I can't see anybody standing in the Niners' way this year, to be honest. And the Rams have the slightest outside chance just because we have so much experience against you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Detroit and I think Detroit and then you guys would be.
You know how Detroit is on the road, man.
they're
a whole different thing.
There's something to be said about just. I mean, Goff is Goff. Like if he has a good offense,
they have weapons. So you always have to be worried about that. I mean, and the NFL has showed us this year that any fucking team can win. At any time. That's how this year's been. That's the theme.
Real quick. Props, Eric Wallace. You're in here, brother. Whenever you want to talk, just go ahead. I put you in here with us. Thank you for waiting.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
How you doing, man?
Doing all right. Hey, so you Rams are in, huh?
What's that?
The Rams are in?
The Rams are in.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs. Yes, sir.
Nice. I hope that next week we can join you guys.
Who's your team?
Seahawks.
I think you guys got eliminated, brother. I think. I don't think.
Yeah, Eric, they got eliminated today.
I don't think they have a chance, depending on what Minnesota and Green Bay does.
I was looking on online. It didn't appear that anybody got a. But there was like a way that they could get eliminated.
Well, let me see. Let me see for you, Eric, real quick. I'll tell you for sure because let me go on Seattle while you guys talk, and I'll tell you if it says eliminated on there.
So it says Seahawks are back as the number 7 seed in the NFC after the win over the. Okay, hold on. That was 27 minutes ago. Rams hold the head-to-head tiebreaker for number 6. Seattle's up a game for the playoff. See, I'm not really too sure.
Wait, okay, so Seattle lost, right?
Yes, they lost today.
So it says here, somebody's saying, just like Cameron says, Seattle just eliminated Denver from the playoffs. What are you talking about?
Denver isn't.
Yeah, so it looks like
you gotta love X Twitter.
Yeah, it looks like the Seahawks are in the 7th spot, and right now it's like the Saints, Vikings. So Vikings, Packers are both 7-8. Bears are 7-9. Falcons are 7-9. Saints are 8-8. So Seahawks are 8-8 as well. So the Seahawks are going to have to win their Week 18 game in order to be in. But so far,
okay, good. So they can still get in there.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Cameron. I haven't heard anything. We were out, and I was keeping an eye on the Seahawks game, and I thought that they were eliminated. And I'm looking at Twitter, and a lot of people think that too. So that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, I would say though, as far as like so right now, right? So we got 49ers, Cowboys, Lions. This is kind of in order as far as the NFC playoff seeding. So I'll go over this again. 49ers, Cowboys, Lions, Buccaneers, Eagles, Rams, Seahawks. So I really feel like there's like when you go for like the top 3 teams, right? Usually those teams are going to be pretty tough outs.
Mhm.
And then when I start looking at the bottom three, right, the teams that, even though they're 5th or 6th seeds or 7th seeds, like there's always gonna be that one team where it, just because where they're seated doesn't mean that's who you want to play, right? Like I'd rather play the 4th seed Buccaneers all day, every day, and twice on any day that ends in a Y.
Yeah.
But right now, I mean, I would go like Eagles and Rams. They're one of those 5th or 6th seeds where, I mean, they could do some damage. I'm just really glad that the 49ers aren't going to have to go all out, try hard. Because when you play against a team like the Rams, that's a team that takes a pound of flesh, whether you win or lose. Like that team's just like a tough out. Like you don't just beat them and then you're just like, okay, we're okay. There's no injury report, nobody's questionable. Like it's a grueling, grinding out kind of game. So it's interesting to kind of see the Rams do this. I think this year, because I didn't really feel this team was always tough, but I just never felt like, I feel like this is one of the grittiest Rams teams that I've seen in years.
Mm.
If I'm just being honest with you, like I don't see anything finesse or just simple, easier playing with them.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is
and that kind of goes against the grain, which from what the Rams have been in the year. We've always been considered a finesse team, but now, we've beefed up the defensive line, the offensive line. We play a much more physical style than before.
All on your offensive line. Your offensive line. Like
and even our receivers are very physical. They block a lot, and they're big, strong guys. Nakua and Cup, they're big, durable guys. So we just feel a different type of team now.
Thank you to Stephanie Willard for coming in. Props to you. Hit the like and subscribe button if you come in more often. Appreciate you. Cameron, the one thing about the Niners is we won the Super Bowl, and Kyle and Shanahan are rivals and friends, and they've had the upper hand in the regular season, and they borrow from each other. Mm-hmm. The Rams have finally learned that in order to compete with the Niners, you got to have some beef on the defensive line. And so we got that. And also you got to have some beef on the offensive line. And we got that. So that's what's going to be interesting over the next few years, because the Rams have always been lightweight on the defensive line. And then in the offensive line, we've been mobile. The biggest guy was Higbee on the left side, but we have more beef with Dotson and Avila and Havenstein. And this team is something else, man. I thought that we would go 9-8. I thought the offense was going to take off, but the defense has the one that's been playing really well since day one. We're not
our secondary looked like Swiss cheese today, though.
Oh yeah, the secondary is
we get beat a lot.
A work in progress.
That's we allow a lot of big plays. They'll stop a team, for 6-7 minutes, and all of a sudden they'll hit a 40-yarder on us, and that's what's really irritating about it.
But thank you, Eric Wallace, for coming in. If you want to come back in, let me know, brother. But I'm glad to hear that your Seahawks are still. I'm looking at the records. There's a lot of 8-8 teams. You got the Saints, even the South 8-8, 8-8. The New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay. And then you got the Minnesota Vikings 7-8, Green Bay 7-8. That's why they have a chance. So, like we said in the beginning, the NFC is pretty weak. This is a good time for us to retool.
Well, the NFL got what they wanted. They wanted parity, and this is what they got.
They just need to get some front. They need top of the line. They need to get top of the line referees, and we'd have something.
Oh God, I don't want to get started about the referees.
But Gavin, tell me what worries you about the Niners winning the division. Do you think that time off, that bye will hurt you, or what do you think about that?
And did you guys sustain any injuries today, or did you guys come out clean?
We got. So I would say this. I think like injuries. I'd say like injuries are more like something where it keeps you out for a couple weeks, right? And then there's just like banged up or bruised up, right? Doesn't really keep you from out of the game, but it prevents you from really performing at 100%, your highest level. So I'd say that we got a little bruised, a little nicked up, but no crazy.
Nobody
No
got knocked out of the
crazy.
game.
So
Today.
that's the thing, like Christian McCaffrey, right? Like he was out because he had a right calf. I don't want to say contusion because I don't think it was a bruise, but he had something going on with his right calf. But the thing is like, Commanders aren't very good, right? Their defensive line was ranked, I think, like 30th out of 32 teams. So there just wasn't a huge need to just rush Christian McCaffrey back in there. So how about this? Rest him for half this game, rest him against you guys, then have a bye week the next week, and then bring him in. So I guess I don't really think that answers your question, but I mean, no injuries.
But I mean, nobody like did Trent Williams. He's good now. Your main guys are all ready to go.
I think that if it was like, let's put it this way, let's say
everybody's banged up a little bit, right? Obviously that's
I think the best way to answer this question, because the 49ers are in such a weird kind of limbo, and then leave it to ESPN or the regular, the national sports media to put whatever spin that they need to put on it just to make stuff sound more exciting and extravagant than it really is. But I'd put it like this. Let's say that the 49ers were an 8-8 team and they needed to show up and show out next week in order to win, right? Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, like anybody and everybody, they would be playing next week. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of the luxury of now some of those guys get like, 2 bye weeks basically.
Yeah. You don't have to play anybody next week.
It's so amazing, Cameron, that the way this year's gone out. I mean, let me show you this clip, Cameron, real quick, that I play on my live all the time. This is what they were saying about us, right? To put things in perspective, let me just play this little short clip real quick. Hold on. Where are you at?
So, but before you get too far, Steve O Supremo, he said, guess someone didn't watch the Niner press conference. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not. So if all of a sudden I found out that Christian McCaffrey broke his leg or Trent Williams tore a pectoral muscle or something like that, then I'd be blown away. But I really do believe that the 49ers are going to say what they need to say.
Yeah.
And we always hear this term around here, right? It's like coaches speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's no real, they have nothing. The 49ers don't need to like really hide anything. They could be fairly transparent because let's face it, you might see Brock Purdy for half a game, if at all, next week, right? And that's nothing to do with injury related or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, I wouldn't play anybody. I don't want to. I wouldn't chance it.
Isn't it funny that game turned into possibly an all for nothing game to like a who gives a shit game, like a preseason game now.
Yeah, they were even talking about they were even talking about flexing it to the Monday night game.
Yeah. Now everybody that spent all that money for those tickets, now nobody wants to go to that game and watch a bunch of backups. Just
you get to see you get to see the legend Darnold against the former almost MVP Carson Wentz. Here, hold on. Let me show you, Gammer, what they were saying about us real quick. Hold on.
At that point, right, a new coach comes in, and what's he going to do? He's going to bring his own guys with him. So McVay's trying to be a good guy. He's telling all of his assistants, I'm not coming back. Go get yours. Take care of yourself. And I've been saying that since September.
You have.
That this would be the last year for him in the Rams. I don't blame him. No draft picks, aging quarterback, aging defense, cap problems, and they're a train wreck for the next 3 to 5 years.
So that's what they were saying about us. And then
I mean, you really can't blame them to some extent because from the outside looking in, you see all these changes that the Rams had to do, and all the dead cap that they had to eat, and they had no high round draft picks, and
But what sucks?
That's why it's ridiculous that McVay isn't even being talked about for Coach of the Year when I think this is his best coaching job of his career by far.
So I'd put the I don't know. So I think this year, exceeded some expectations for sure. I think the first year that you guys went to the Super Bowl, I thought he was coaching his ass off that year
Yeah.
with Jared Goff. Like he was really the puppet master pulling the strings. I mean,
Yeah.
shit. I mean, that was he was on it. When he got Stafford, it almost kind of felt like an easy button, but still some tremendous plays, some good play calling had to happen. It's just really hard for me to overlook the Texans head coach for coach of the year, and then Dan Campbell for the Lions. I mean, anytime I didn't think anybody could, like, I'll put it this way: the Browns head coach, I don't even know who the hell that is. I just know that Joe Flacco is the head coach or is the quarterback for the Browns.
Oh yeah, and he was leading with the odds to win coach of the year. The coach
Right.
of Cleveland.
Yeah, so it's no knock on him, but when you see like a team like the Browns and like the Lions, I mean, shit. I mean, who and what have they really been for however long? So I gotta that's my only pushback on that, because there's a lot of times where I really felt like Shanahan was really coaching. Last year I thought I was going like, shit. Shanahan went through like 4 different quarterbacks and we're still winning, and we're in the NFC Championship.
The way I kind of gauge how they should do coach of the year is, a coach that could do the most with the
You're in,
least.
cool, bro. Just so you know.
You know what I mean? Like a coach that can get the most out of his team with the least amount of talent. Like with a team like the Niners, I mean, they're so loaded, it's kind of hard to say, okay, this guy gets coach of the year, because it's like when you're, I'll take the Dodgers as an example. That team's loaded to the gills like every year, and then they got this numbnuts Dave Roberts that's just along for the ride. I can't stand Dave Roberts, but it's just when there's that much talent, it's kind of hard to screw up.
Again, I just think and I'm not trying to take anything away from McVay, but again, I think, and I'm not gonna go back on this, but I think Ryan Wendell is. I mean, I don't know if there's like assistant or staff coach of the year.
Yeah, there is. I think.
He like for him, I would put him there because I did not. And let Rams fans tell me differently. But how many Rams fans at the start of the season thought that the offensive line was going to be clicking on all cylinders like this from the beginning to the end of the season?
Yeah.
Maybe midway, but not like week fucking 1. You guys were just blowing the damn doors off. And so like
they were so bad last year too. They were a mess anyway with injuries and everything. They were just a scrambled mess the entire year.
But look what it's done. I mean, now Stafford, he already has balls of steel, right? Mm-hmm. But when he can trust his offensive line, now there's like no fear. And then you look at the running lanes and opportunities that creates for your running back. Like that's the thing I think that gets lost in all this, because it is a quarterback league. And so we always think like a good offensive line, protect the quarterback. You know what I mean? Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's, right? Like kind of same thing here. But you look at the running lanes that are created for the running back, and that's equally as potent, especially with a quarterback like that. And Puka Nacua absolutely should be Rookie of the Year. Holy hell. This guy was
they're going to give it to Stroud, just because he's a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, look, Stroud, and that's also too why D'Amico Ryan's over there for the Houston Texans might win Coach of the Year, because, and that seems like, well, his quarterback did so much of the pulling all the weight. Why does he get it? Well, he had to basically palate cleanse the culture over there in Houston, right? Dan Campbell, palate cleanse the culture and the Lions. I mean, there's like when I 1994, when I was in 4th grade, there were 2 things that I knew were like a certainty, right? Like Lions and Browns weren't going to win the Super Bowl, and the Royals were never going to win. You know what I mean? The big thing. The Royals won.
The Rams and the Bengals were pretty shitty back then too. I think they had the most losses in the 90s.
Yeah. So, but I mean that's the thing. So I wouldn't be mad at it, but I would just be like, Puka is That's a lad right there.
I think Gammon, you have great points because who knows who's going to win these because they all did great jobs. I'm biased because I'm a Rounds fan, of course, but check this out. So McVay, I put that clip because that's what they were talking about us. Nobody knew who Puka Nacua was. Nobody knew who Kobe Turner was. We made all these draft picks, and Kyron Williams was hurt last year. He's amazing running back, top 3 running back already. And then the free agent moves by Les Snead, a guy that deserves consideration for executive of the year. Getting Dotson from the Steelers, who actually helped us 3 times. Dotson and Witherspoon. Witherspoon has like 4 interceptions, I believe, this year as a fill-in veteran player, and he's not great, but he's a productive pro player, and he's got good size. But he's got 4 picks, made some key plays for us during the year. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for those 2 players, and then they helped us get in the playoff. God bless Pittsburgh. It helped out. Maybe the spirit of Kevin Green and former Ram that played for them for a while and former Rams. But executive of the year, Les Snead deserves some kind of consideration. And McVay, he's coaching his ass off with this team. Cooper Kupp, remember, got hurt in the beginning of the year, and so Puka had to be developed faster. Luckily, he was that guy. So we'll see. Oh, there's my guy Payo time. Payo, if you get a chance, come in here. There's the link right there. But yeah, man, I'm props to you, brother. You guys look good. You guys, the Ravens game, everyone has a game like that. I think Kyle Shanahan was trying to scheme Brock Purdy to win the MVP in that game. I don't know why they weren't giving the ball to McCaffrey.
I don't know. I get tip of the cap to the Ravens. They have a very funky personnel, especially on defense, but on both sides of the ball. They're knuckleball of a team, but they seem to go up against West Coast offense type of teams insanely well. So I'm not gonna take it. Yeah, I mean you're gonna have games like that, but the Ravens are them. I think I'm not sure, but if the playoffs, if nothing changes this next week and the playoffs started, I guess you guys will be playing in Detroit.
Yep, that's what the NFL wants. It seems like. Let me get a couple guys in real quick, Gammon. My guy Payo time.
Hey,
how you doing?
What's up, Ramley and other NFL family? I just got to pop in quick because my voice is almost shot. I didn't watch party for the game. It's a frustrating game, but before I say it, I just want to
Willie Bowen.
Willie, what's up? Okay, can we all just take a moment here? It's so exciting about the playoffs. It's so exciting about the ugly win. But can we appreciate that amazing spin and run from Puka Nacua? That was my favorite play in that game.
Hold on. On that note, hold on. You're talking about this one. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me see if I have it here queued up real quick. Check out this run, Gamma. You probably already saw it, but check out my man here.
Giants bring pressure. Stafford. There's Puka Nacua, and there's the first down, and he spins free. Nacua down the sideline, trying to find that extra gear. The rookie takes it inside.
Gonna get it in the end zone. If he would have went into the inside when they pushed him, he would have fell into the end zone. But yeah, man, it's been a godsend, man. That's Puka. A great God, Puka, man. Puka,
yeah. Love it.
I do, Willie Bowen.
Willie, how are you?
Rookie of the year.
Oh, you're frozen, Willie.
Oh no.
Puka is rookie of the year.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed, baby.
Yes, he's gonna be rookie of the year. And like I said, let's have confidence in the Rams. Never let them down.
Yeah. We just need
Ramulators. And my Ramley. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year to everybody. Absolutely.
From your lips to God's ears, man. Hopefully Puka will win that award, man. He's won everything else. He already has a jersey in Canton because of that 5-game start. He's won 4 of the Pepsi rookie of the offensive rookie awards. Amazing year, man.
Can I give a shout out to a Rams fan real quick?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be to Muffin Man. I didn't know
Love
I
it.
didn't know what the word derision meant, and I don't think I'm going to use it in a sentence at all. But that was pretty neat. I had to Google that one, so that was good.
That's awesome. I love Muffin Man.
LA Rams.
I love Muffin Man's handle. Reminds me of Shrek. You know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. I love it.
Hey,
I love
I
Been a
gotta get
Ram.
going, guys. I'm hanging out with some people for New Year's, but Happy New Year to everyone. Go Rams, horns up, and peace out.
All right, Peo. Happy New
All
Year.
right, Payo.
Love y'all. Go Rams.
Good night,
Go
All
everybody.
right.
That's awesome. Willie Bowen,
Yeah.
real quick, man. Tell me, what were you feeling when Mason Bing Crosby was lining up for that kick?
I had knots in my stomach.
I was texting Stockton and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He's gonna beat us.
I also had my mistake. Yeah. Real man, but I'm glad that we got the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was a interesting victory. I was thinking you guys honestly were gonna slap them around a little bit more. I was surprised that the Tyrod Taylor, he actually had a decent game.
I wanted DeVito, man. I was hoping for DeVito because Tyrod Taylor, if you let him hang around, he's an NFL quarterback. He's mobile, and he's got a good throwing arm, and he's smart. I mean, we almost got it, but we got some breaks, and I'll take it, man, because we deserve. You didn't watch our games, Cameron, but we actually had a game against the Steelers where the game ended on a bad spot. And because we didn't have no timeouts left, they let it go. So they gave it like at least a yard and a half off of where it should have been. And they, instead of the New York correcting it, because we didn't have any timeouts, the 2-minute period rule, whatever, we lost that game. And then we gave away a game with having a Brett Rippon as our backup quarterback when Stafford got hurt. That's why I say we could easily be a lot better record than we are now, but I'll take it. We deserve a break. But yeah, man. But yes, indeed. I mean, it's been a great year for both of our teams. You guys are NFC West champions, the number one seed. And we retooled and we uncovered Puka Nacua, Kobe Turner, who may possibly in the 17. He's not going to break it now. He has 7.5 sacks. Donald in his rookie year got 9. So amazing turn of events with our guys, and him and our edge rusher Byron Young were neck and neck for 5.5 sacks. So it's been an amazing draft, man. Les Snead again. I'm telling you, this guy is something else. You guys have a good one in John Lynch too, man. And we'll see what happens. Amazing.
Yeah, very, very surprised at the outcome of the season that you guys are having. I am going to be watching that game. No real rooting interest, I'll be honest. If you guys do end up, if everything, the playoff picture stays exactly the same, you guys end up playing Detroit. I think that's just going to be interesting. Going up against Dan Campbell and his wooden teeth because he just drinks 10 cups of coffee and all that dip that he does. But it's going to be you've got two hyperactive coaches that are just going to have their teams ready to just run through a wall. I don't see anybody on Detroit's secondary that can cover Puka Nacua. But how amazing has it been having Cup back?
Man, and he's still kind of, you see him walk around, he's still limping. And so he's just got an ankle that he said he's going to have to play through. But as long as Cup is out there, you have to account for him. So he picks his spots. And Puka Nacua is doing what I wish AD with the Lakers would do for LeBron, is give LeBron a breather and let the old guy relax.
Yeah.
So Puka Nacua is making all these big plays because he's the big horse, the young horse, and slowly Cooper Kupp is getting healthier, feeling better. And so the third guy is DeMarcus Robinson. He's been like Bobby Trees the junior. I mean, he runs all the plays, catches the ball. That's the main difference besides Kyren Williams is DeMarcus Robinson, the trio of receivers to go with Kyren Williams. And so that's why we've been really good offense. Willie Bowen, give me your favorite old school player, man, because my guy Willie Bowen's an OG Ram fan. He knows all about the OG Rams.
Well, let me see. Well, you talk about the legend players. I can't just leave out Jack Snow, Clutch, Grail. Let me see. John Capoletti.
There you go. Love it, man.
No love for Jim Everett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Jim Everett, he gets a lot of bad flack because he happened to be quarterback towards the end when the Rams were retiring and the woman who shall be nameless was running the team into the ground so they can move to her hometown. But as long as we had Jim Everett, we could beat anybody. I mean, look at the Niners, what they did to John Elway in that Super Bowl in '89. I mean, imagine if John Elway was in the NFC West. Jim Everett and Joe Montana would have been dealing, and he would have got his ass whipped in the NFC West. Excuse my French, but unfortunately, Jim Everett only played with the really good teams for a couple years.
Rudy,
and the team started rebuilding.
That didn't sound like French. That sounded pretty American to me.
Sorry about that. Yeah, but I saw my guy Cooper. I got to be careful with my language. But yeah, I love Jim Everett. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. As long as we had Jim Everett, just like Kurt Warner, we had a chance to beat anybody. You know, the guy would get hot like a Matthew Stafford. But let me get my guy Cool Bro in here. Cool Bro, how you doing, man? How you feel about the win?
Oh, I'm so.
Uh-oh. Your audio went out and you went sideways.
All I know is that I hope some of the action figures that you got in the background, you're pretending to practice some of those third and long, touchdowns and stuff like that you have back there.
He's got Cool Bro, you came out, but my guy Gammer's a big Star Trek fan.
Oh, huge.
Love it, man. It's awesome, man. But yeah, man, it's been a happy New Year. It's been a happy New Year for both of our teams, man. I'm almost as happy as of course not as happy, but I'm almost as happy as when we won the Super Bowl because the future is looking so good for this team, and we're not even a finished product, man. I mean, there's so much that we can get better.
Nobody thought you guys would be here. Nobody thought you guys would be here. Everyone thought, you'd be drafting for what's that kid's name from Oregon? I can't remember that quarterback's name. But yeah, I mean, any quarterback from any program, like people thought,
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, USC.
That's USC.
Yeah.
I can't remember his.
Yeah, I don't remember I just pay attention to the USC.
Isn't his name like Nix or something like that?
Yeah, Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Bo Nix. Yeah, but that's
or
clearly
Drake May.
Yeah, but that's clearly not the case for you guys. So I know this win and this whole day of it's got to be amazing for you guys. I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and so is my wife. Life of Brian. Yeah, I dressed up as Spock in second grade. It was
that's awesome.
Man, you're too young to be a Star Trek fan. What the hell? Aren't you too young to be a Star Trek fan?
Absolutely not. No, I did it, and I just loved Spock's just logicalness, and also too, I loved how he could just pinch somebody on the back of the neck or the Vulcan mind meld. I loved all that stuff. There's so many times I just want to Vulcan mind meld with somebody and just be like, gosh.
All right. Well, I got to get going shortly. So before I leave, I want to hear what everybody's prediction is for the final 4 teams in the tournament.
Woo! What do you think,
So,
Willie?
what the NFC title game? Who's it going to be, and who's the AFC title game going to be?
The brackets.
You can go. You can get. We'll let the Niner fan go first, since it's been 30 years since he's been able to really celebrate anything.
And plus, he's salute to his service. He's a service member, U.S. service member.
Yes, sir.
Well,
I am too.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. God bless you too, Willie.
So
Thank you for your service.
4 years.
God bless you.
this is going to catch a lot of people off guard, but I don't want it to make it seem like I'm just saying it here just for instant gratification. But if you guys ever see me on any Niners podcasts or streams, I'm going to be saying the same thing. But I do think it's going to be Niners and Rams in the NFC Championship. I really do. You know what? Having a good offensive line that can keep your run game productive. Again, I keep saying this, and I can't overstate this enough. Everyone thinks having a good offensive line just makes your quarterback better. A good offensive line makes your running back and your running game better. When your running game and your running back game is better, that also too adds a huge percentage or a chunk to Stafford. If Stafford doesn't have to carry games, but he just needs to make the throws they needs to make, it's awfully dangerous. And I'm just going through here, and I'm going to look through this. You know, like if I was looking at the Buccaneers or the Seahawks, there's certain teams where I go like, you know, they need certain matchups or certain teams to play against to where I'd feel comfortable picking them. When I look at the Rams, right, it's kind of like the first thing I said when I came to this channel. The Rams take their pound of flesh from you whenever they play a game. Like, you guys are not an easy out. It's not one of those things where you guys get beat and then the other team just walks away happy and doesn't even need an ice bath after the game. But yeah, I do see that, because also too, I've never, this is the most gritty Rams team that I've seen, and I don't see it from the Cowboys. I damn sure don't see it from the Eagles. I like Dan Campbell. If 49ers go up against the Lions, they're going to be talking a lot of shit. I'm going to let that go. Pardon my English.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let that go, just because, I mean, 49ers haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. This team hasn't been in the playoffs for who knows how long, right? So I'm going to let them have that. But again, I just think the two mentally toughest teams are going to, that's what playoffs are made for, right? Like when I look back at it, and I remember the Saints were going up to Seattle. Seattle was like a 9-17, and they thought they were going to smoke Seattle, but Seattle was just a mentally tough team. Marshawn Lynch created that.
That was the Marshawn Lynch run game,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Running game and all that stuff travels. You dominate the clock. Things that go overlooked, and I think that your offensive line is going to really kind of be up for that task. And again, I think that Ryan Wendell deserves some kind of like coaching award.
He was amazing. When Jackie Slater said he came to practice, you know, Jackie Slater knows his offensive line, and he goes, "Boy, I got to tell you, Ryan Wendell has those Rams doing different schemes from the Patriots, and he's showing them the Patriot way on the offensive line." And so I called that on my early streams that we got Ryan Wendell. Jackie Slater's talking about how he has them doing different things. And then we also have some beef on the line. And check this out today. We didn't have our starting left tackle. Alaric Jackson was out because of personal reasons. And so Noboom went over to left tackle, and they played really good. And they were blitzing Stafford.
I think our offensive line was a little leaky towards the end there, but they were blitzing the hell out of us, though.
Yeah, they were doing stunts, and that's really good experience for the playoffs, because that's what I said. McVay and them have those. You know, Ryan Wendell's there, and they can correct that stuff. But yeah, great comment, man. Willie Bowen, tell me who you think is going to be in the bracket for the Super Bowl. The last 4 teams.
LA Rams. Ravens. Oh gosh, the LA Rams, Ravens, Winers, and Maybe the grounded Eagles.
Damn, you know what? They've fallen so far, man. Lost again.
Well, you need 2 AFC teams and 2 NFC teams. So I'm gonna say the Rams, Niners, Baltimore, and
the Bills.
I'm going Browns on this one. I know that's absolutely insane.
Flacco is crazy right now.
Yeah, they're
He's
hot.
like a robot.
Well, Flacco, I don't think he's like playing out of his mind, but he's playing confident football. And all they needed was just an ounce, just a pinch of competency from that quarterback position. But competency in the quarterback position goes a long, long way. So I'm gonna go Rams, 49ers, NFC. And then I'm gonna go Cleveland, Baltimore, AFC. Because I just think for that way, defense travels. And I really do like, the kind of swag that an old guy like Flacco is kind of bringing.
He's like a robot right now.
It's kind of reminiscent. It's kind of reminiscent when Warner, Kurt Warner, when he joined the Eagles. And everyone thought
when he went to the Cardinals.
Or I'm sorry, the Cardinals. Yeah, everyone thought that, and everyone assumed that he was washed up. And then look at that, like they ended up having like a decent season. So
they should have won the Super Bowl, man. They got beat on that last drive.
Yeah, I mean, imagine how much of a better team the Browns would be if they didn't lose their starting running back early.
You know what has me excited? You know what has me excited, Cameron, is we got to get past the Niners. Of course, they're the best in the NFC this year, and for the last couple of years, they're loaded. But you guys in the past we've been a bad matchup because we're not stout on the offensive line in the past, and the defensive line was too small. They could double team Donald, and the other guys wouldn't get home without Von Miller there. But we match up really good with the AFC teams, the Browns, the Ravens, whoever it is, the Bengals. If we were to get past into the Super Bowl for whatever reason, I know it's asking a lot for this young team, but if we were able to get in the dance, the way we match up, there was one series when we first played the Ravens at Baltimore, and McVay, I don't know what he was doing that day, but we ran 9 straight times without passing, and we got all the way to the red zone, and we're like, why did you stop running the ball? So he's in his bag against those teams. So even if we don't go to the Super Bowl this year, I'm so stoked for next year with the extra draft picks, and we're going to be all in again on free agency. We need to get Stafford's heir apparent, maybe Tyrod Taylor as a backup. I can't wait, man. It's going to be us again head to head this year. You guys look to be the favorites. You guys are the favorites in the NFC because everyone's falling off, but you guys are even without that. Got all the weapons, man. You guys got all the weapons, and I appreciate John Lynch getting these little pieces. Sebastian Joseph Day, Chase from the Washington team. All these little pieces.
Hey, man, they're trying to buy a championship. They're trying to buy a championship.
Yeah, like they were telling us.
Is that what they said about the Rams?
You guys got Verrett, but in there for extra depth. They're learning. Unfortunately, they don't get an offensive line, the right side. But Brock Purdy has hid that because he's got move. He can move around. But we'll see what happens, man. I appreciate you coming in, Gavin, man. Good luck to you. Have a happy New Year's, man.
Hey,
God bless you.
Can I just want to do this? I'm a Niners fan. You guys are Rams fans. I know that we all hate each other, but I don't really use the word hate, but it's a strong word. But hey, there should be no dry eyes in anybody's houses tonight. Everybody should be popping that champagne or apple cider. I don't know what it is that everybody.
I'll be asleep by midnight. Bro.
For me.
You're getting old on me, y'all. We're getting soft. But
I got all that shit out of my system earlier.
Absolutely, but the one thing I am excited about right now is because everyone was talking a gaggle of shit about the NFC West, and as of today, as of right now, we have 3 teams representing the NFC West.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
But everyone's
Amen.
talking shit about our division all year long.
Yeah.
Here we are. So appreciate you guys'
NFC
time.
West the best.
Yes, indeed.
Well, we're not the least. That's for damn sure.
No.
So you guys have a good one. Happy New Year, bring in 2024.
God bless you, Cameron.
Take it
Happy
easy,
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Man, I
right.
hope we stay out of that 7th seed because I don't want to play the Niners first round. I'd like to go to Detroit and play them first round at least.
Me too, man. But I'm just listen. I'm just happy that we made the playoffs, and now I'll be happy with us getting through the playoffs. So now it's the second season. We get a week of rest. Let Carson Wentz deal. Sit everybody. Zach Evans, you're in there.
I'm just curious though. McVay might play the starters, man, to stay in the 6th
man.
seed.
Listen, he better not, man.
I just don't know. I don't know how he's going to approach that.
If he does, maybe. Go ahead, Willie.
I said Ben scored a touchdown.
I hope
the touchdown.
Oh,
who?
It's Skull.
Ben Skull?
Ben Skoranek.
Benny
Yep.
Skull. Rudy couldn't say his name for like 2 years.
Man, he was on my S list. You know that, Willie.
I know.
Did you guys see the Baltimore score? 56-19 over the Dolphins?
Everybody played.
They scored that many.
That is crazy. Listen,
the Waterboy scored a touchdown.
Honestly, I think it's bad luck for the Niners to be so good this year because the Ravens can take them. We'll see what happens. They already won the first game because Lamar, I was like, what the hell's Lamar doing? Why is he not running? And he was kind of like letting the game come to him. He kind of felt them out. It was 12-5. You know, the referee did a plank and he tripped Lamar and then got up and called a safety on him. And it was 12-5. And then Lamar goes, oh, I got you. Let me start running. And so that's when the Niners defense, when you have a elite guy like Mahomes or Lamar running around, it makes it tough. You know, so they're running forward and he's running this way and zigzagging. So it may be a bad year for the Niners to be so all in and so good because it might not be that year again with Lamar there. But who knows? Maybe they lay egg and get beat before they get to the Super Bowl.
Every year you're going to have some sort of hurdle. You know, it's not like it's going to be a cakewalk on any particular year.
Well, we got in a perfect place because we got the Bengals and they had a bad offensive line because when we lost OBJ, our offense got stagnant.
Yeah, well, we didn't have to face Mahomes, which was a blessing.
So that's what I say about timing. But yeah, look at the Raiders. The Rams in 79 played the Steelers, and the year later the Raiders played the Eagles in 80. You know, it's all about timing too sometimes. You know, or look at the Rams in 85 to get in the NFC Championship game had to play the damn Bears, the 85 Bears with Dieter Brock at quarterback.
Yeah,
so sometimes it's timing.
There's always some sort of there in football, you know, a lot of luck is involved, you know, with health and everything else, you know, health and matchups and, you know, everything goes into it.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys.
I'm gonna take off.
Me too.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yes, the Rams are playoff bound, baby. Happy New Year, Willie Bowen.
Thank you. Happy New Year, Rudy.
And
all right, happy New Year, champ.
Thank you for your service, my brother. Appreciate you. Much love. And we can sleep good tonight. We're in the playoffs, baby.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Have a good one. A happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for joining me. We'll be back again soon. We'll get the information for Bobby Brown III, my prerogative. Hopefully it's not a bad knee. All the injury report, all that stuff. We'll get it to you guys. All right, Willie. Thank you so much, man. Take care. God bless. Romulators.
Bye.
Oh, give it to me, Willie. Give me Romulators. Oh, that's okay. I think you got timed out. It froze. All right, guys. Appreciate each and one of you guys. My guy, Willie Bowen. All you guys, Cameron, everybody. My guy, Alger what's up, brother? Appreciate you. Everyone have a great, happy New Year. Monster. All you guys, thank you so much. Much love. Muffin Man. Appreciate you guys. The Rams are playoff bound, baby. The Rams are playoff bound. We did it. Our work ain't done yet. And so with that, let me get this going here. Hold on. Let me get my music here. Hold on.
No, Puka Nacua. I'm going to say it one more time. So when he wins that Offensive Rookie of the Year trophy, Puka Nacua.
Giants bring pressure. Stafford. There's Puka Nacua, and there's the first down, and he spins free. Nacua down the sideline, trying to find that extra gear. The rookie takes it inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Rams.
Damn, he was that close to getting a touchdown, man. I wanted that touchdown for him, but God bless him. All right, guys, everyone have a great night. Happy New Year's, everybody. Rams are playoff bound, the playoff Los Angeles Rams. All right, guys, as we always say, may the Ramelia be with you. Ramulators, mount up. All right, guys, have a great night. We'll see you soon.